Welcome. You're tuned into Tangled Threads. If you're digging our content, hit the like button and subscribe. Thank you. So, here's a story I never thought I'd be telling strangers on the internet, but here we are. My name's Wyatt, and up until about a week ago, I was what you might call blissfully married, or so I thought. My wife Kendall and I had been together for just over a year, still fresh, still learning about each other, but damn, I thought we were solid. We were always looking for new things to do together, you know, to keep the spark alive, as they say. So, when Kendall suggested we join this local book club, I thought, why not? I like books. She likes books. Seemed like a good fit. But here's the kicker. She dropped on me that the leader of the book club was her ex. Yeah, her most recent ex before me. Said it all casual, like it was no biggie. She assured me she was over him, and it was all ancient history. I trusted her, so I played it cool. But man, looking back, I should have trusted my gut. The first few meetings went fine, I guess. It was your usual book club stuff, intense discussions about character motivations, plot holes, and whatnot. But this guy, the ex, let's call him Chad, because of course his name would be Chad, he was just off. He had this way of being all touchy with Kendall, laughing a bit too loud at her jokes, always finding a way to sit next to her or brush up against her when he got the chance. I noticed, but I tried not to be that jealous husband. I kept my cool, played along with the book debates, and all that jazz. Then came the meeting where everything went south. We were discussing some classic, I can't even remember the title now, and the group decided to take a break. 15 minutes, they said. Everyone scattered, some to grab a drink, others to the bathroom. Kendall excused herself to the bathroom too, a few minutes into the break. Something about the way she left just pinged in my head wrong. You know that feeling, like a weird twist in your gut that's saying, hey, something's up. I had that. I tried to shake it off, figured maybe she was just feeling sick or something. But then I thought, wait a minute, she's not on her period, so why is she taking her purse? My feet started moving before I could even decide to follow her. I saw her slip into the family bathroom instead of the women's. That's when the alarm bells went off full blast. I thought, no, Wyatt, you're being paranoid. She's probably just, I don't know, changing her shirt because someone spilled wine on her or something. But I couldn't shake it. I got to the door, hesitated for a brief second, and then, I don't know, I just burst through like some sort of SWAT guy or something. And there they were, Kendall and Chad, not reading books. That's for damn sure. The look on her face, man, it was like she saw a ghost. Chad, on the other hand, he just looked pissed, like I was the one who interrupted something sacred. Get the hell out, Chad, I said, my voice way calmer than I felt. Man, this isn't what it looks. He started with some BS. I said, get out. I cut him off. I wasn't about to listen to any of his crap. He scurried past me, not even bothering to straighten his clothes. Left me there with Kendall, who was suddenly all tears and apologies. I didn't say anything. I just walked out, back to the book club room, grabbed my jacket, and left. Didn't even look at her. We didn't speak until we got home. She started with, Wyatt, please, let me explain, as soon as we walked through the door, but I was done. I just turned to her, calm as hell, and said, Kendall, I want a divorce. You need to pack your things and go. But Wyatt, I love you. It was a mistake. She was crying for real now, but it was like I was watching someone else's life fall apart, not mine. You should have thought about that before, I told her. I was speaking in this monotone voice I didn't even recognize as my own. I'll be at my brother's. When I come back, I want you gone. That's it. That's the story. It's like some cliched movie plot, right? But it's not. It's my life, or was my life. I'm still picking up the pieces, but I'll tell you this. No more book clubs for me. Update. Hey folks, Wyatt here again. You might remember me as the guy whose life turned upside down at a book club meeting not too long ago. I thought that was the end of it, but boy, was I wrong. Buckle up, because this story just went from lifetime drama to downright daytime soap opera. Just when I thought the book club was history and the whole Chad debacle was as twisted as it could get, the plot thickened. After the last bombshell dropped about Chad's sickening antics, I thought that was the worst of it. I tried to move on, started to get back to my normal routine, work, gym, and the occasional night out with my brother to keep the loneliness at bay. But this town's grapevine has a way of digging up the nastiest dirt, and it seems Chad's book club was more of a front than anyone could have guessed. Turns out the book club was Chad's little charade for an entirely different kind of club, one where the books were just a prop, and the real story was happening behind closed doors, in whispers, in secret exchanges. I was at the local bar when I ran into one of the former book club members, a guy named Rick, whose wife was also part of the group. He was a couple of drinks in, and his usual friendly demeanor was replaced by something darker. "Hey, Wyatt, you heard about the real book club, right?" Rick slurred, his breath heavy with the scent of cheap beer. I frowned, confused. "What do you mean, the real book club?" He laughed, a harsh, bitter sound that drew a few sideways glances. "The one where Chad was scoring more than literary points. That sleazeball was using the club to get into everyone's, you know." He gestured crudely. My stomach dropped. It made a sick kind of sense. The touchy-feely attitude, the private discussions that some members had with him. I felt like a fool for not seeing it sooner. And guess what? A bunch of us found out at the same time. We gave Chad a piece of our minds. And fists, Rick added, a savage grin spreading across his face. I leaned back, taking in the news. Chad had been beaten up by a group of husbands from the book club. Husbands who had all been duped, just like me. They had cornered him one night after the truth had come out, served up some rough justice. It was wrong, it was illegal, but a part of me felt like it was karma too. "He's lucky it was just us and not the cops," Rick went on. "But after what happened with that poor girl, his luck's run out anyway." "Poor girl?" I asked. "Yeah, one of the guys was bringing his daughter and, well," he dropped his head down. I walked out of the bar that night with a whirlwind of emotions. Anger, disgust, but also a strange sense of camaraderie with those other men who'd been wronged. Chad's deception had been deeper and darker than any of us had imagined. I lay awake that night, thinking about the entire charade. The book club had been a mask for Chad's true intentions, a ploy to prey on trust and fidelity. I felt violated all over again, and I wasn't even the direct victim. My marriage had been a casualty of his game, and who knows how many other relationships had been destroyed by his manipulation. As for Chad, the beating he got was just the prelude to the legal symphony that awaited him. With everything out in the open, the town's veil of ignorance had been lifted. The book club was a scandal that rocked our small community, a cautionary tale about the dangers of trust misplaced and the shadows that can lurk behind friendly faces. I don't condone violence, and I didn't take part in it, but I can't say I felt sorry for him. Life has a way of delivering justice, sometimes through the hands of those you've wronged. As for me, I'm just trying to keep my head above water, navigating through the aftermath and trying to learn how to trust again. One thing's for sure, I'll never look at a book club the same way again. Good Lord, that took a dark turn. I want to seriously apologize to everyone who was harmed by the book club leader. None of you deserve to go through that, especially that poor girl. Anyways, let us know your thoughts in the comments section below. When you subscribe, be sure to click the notification bell. Click here for more Tangled threads.